It's finally done. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Mark Summers, Major Linux, MajorsHouse.com, and I'm coming to you very, very late on Thursday night. I know that I don't know how I'm going to release these videos, but I'm going to release them eventually, I guess. Of course, the first video was showing you everything that was going to be in the birthday build. Second video was the case itself. There are probably some photos eventually going to be released on Instagram and Twitter about, you know, things that were being put into the build. But finally, ahead of schedule, no less. It is Thursday, less than 2 days away. It's actually, you know, quarter to midnight, Friday, November 22nd. 1 day before my wife's birthday. And I finally finished the birthday build. Everything is installed. It's ready to go. Of course, it's time. It's time to figure out if everything works. So we're gonna go turn it. Wait a second. It's already on. This thing is super quiet. So for those who don't know, who didn't watch any of the initial video, or didn't watch the first video, or well, I think that's the only time where I've really talked about it, didn't see any of the photos. This is the birthday build. Of course, a small thing here about the size of an Xbox One original. So the case here, of course, is the Fractal Designs Node 202 HTPC case, or home theater PC. It is a mini ITX form factor. So of course, everything is very small. It's compact in there. I would show you what's in this thing, but we're not, because just know, again, that's why I'm glad this is a solid black design. Nothing's cut out. There's no window, so nobody can see the horrendousness that is actually inside the system. But I can tell you what's inside. Of course, we've got a Ryzen 3 3200G CPU with the built-in Radeon graphics. Again, like we talked before, like, oh yeah, so it's Vega, but no, it's not Vega, because AMD got rid of the Vega name and, you know, went back to Radeon. So built-in Radeon graphics. This is the Zen 2 architecture, which is, of course, is their third release since they launched Ryzen back in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Zen 2 architecture, third in the family. So yeah, obviously 3200G built-in graphics. So I didn't need to get a graphics card, even though this case can support expansions using there's like a whole bunch of empty space on the side of the case where I can put graphics cards or other expansion cards. But again, building a computer for my wife, who doesn't necessarily want all of that fluff and all the bells and whistles, it served as a cable repository. But yeah, built-in graphics into the system here. Of course, we have the G.Skill Ripsaw two 8GB sticks for a total of 16 gigabytes. Or DDR4 3200 megahertz. The RAM in this PC is better than Major Rig and Major Home, which is down actually underneath birthday build here. Major Rig having 2133 megahertz and Major Home with 2400. So 3200 megahertz, 16 gigabytes of RAM in this computer for the misses. You know what I'm saying? Gotta give it a little something. Gotta give it a little bump. Of course, this is sitting on a Asus Prime, I got it right here, A3201-K Mini ITX motherboard. It is a very, like, I showed you the picture, I showed you the box, and I might put pictures here of how small that case is. I believe the picture I took with it, I had the Apple TV Siri remote as a kind of for scale. Like, we may have bananas here in the house, but I don't know where they are. My son eats all the bananas, so no bananas, but an Apple TV remote for scale of how small the motherboard is, and just like kind of how everything was nice and compact in there. So yeah, that's in there. PSU that came with the case, so that was already built in. And I mentioned during, like when talking about the case, that I'm kind of glad I got the Node 202 with a built-in PSU, because the way they had it configured, I probably would not have figured that out in time. And it was like, I don't understand how to do any of this with this small case. So for them to sell the Fractal, the Node 202 with the built-in power supply is definitely beneficial for people who, you know, want to build these smaller PCs, but necessarily don't want to have to deal with the huge level of intricacies that come with, you know, trying to work around such a small form factor. So let's see, yeah, the case does have two upfront USB 3.0 ports, which were not color coded, but we're able to figure out they were 3.0 because they were kind of, it's etched there. You got headphone, microphone jacks up front, and then, you know, got various I/O on the back thanks to the motherboard. You know, even for a small motherboard, there seemed like there were some ports that either were missing or just moved around, which was kind of interesting. But again, for a modern PC, like, there's a lot of things that would be cut in ITX that makes sense, because there's no need to have so many USB ports, so many other ports that are no longer being used. Even I still think I did see some PS2 ports. I don't remember. We can check the back in a bit. For connectivity for this one, even though there is a gigabit, I believe there is gigabit Ethernet on the motherboard itself, we are using wireless for now, because this house here, the only Ethernet that we actually have is in this room. So when I deliver it over to our bedroom, which has no Ethernet ports, none at all, we've got a Google Wi-Fi node sitting in the bedroom. It will connect to wireless, and we'll be able to use it that way. So far, so good. It was able to download some updates pretty good. It took forever to download another gift that I'm gifting my wife here, but all in all, like, you know, I'm enjoying it. Let's see here. So yeah, obviously Windows 10. Not sure this is the 1909 or whatever version is supposed to be out. 1910. I don't know. That's Ubuntu. Yeah, Ubuntu is 1910. I think this is 1909. I think it'd be 1909. I don't think 1909 is on here yet. I was just installing some updates, get some of the drivers and stuff for the system. But I mean, yeah, very clean, clean install. And, you know, the one thing I do like about the Ryzen 3 and its integrated graphics is it's actually still good enough to play some decent games, including, oh no, I've got two signed. Oh, online login is currently unavailable. And I guess that's because I'm not on the wireless. Well, I am on the wireless, but for some reason there's no internet connection for it, which is kind of, obviously that might be a thing I need to take care of. I think the wireless dongle that I'm using for it isn't necessarily, like for this computer right now, is not the best in the world. I probably will upgrade and get a better one for her to use. I mean, because she can't get online, then, you know, what are we doing here? What was this all for? But yeah, so it's finally done. It is here. I really do hope she likes it. This case actually, even I'm happy with the size of the case. It is definitely the smallest computer that I have ever built. However, I still feel like I wish there was a smaller case. It still makes me, like, I mean, for the amount that I actually paid to build this PC, and granted, I wonder if I went to Apple, what I want to do is actually go on Apple's website and actually look at the Mac Mini, which I think the cheapest one retails for like 800, maybe 900 bucks. Like, if I'd actually spent that money to get a Mac Mini, and then maybe an extra extra 100 or so bucks to actually get Windows installed on it, would we have been better off doing that as opposed to actually building something like this, because of the fact that the computer would have been that much more smaller and out of the way. She wanted a computer that was small, out of the way. Hopefully this will do it. Like, again, it does come with a stand, so that way, you know, either she can sit a monitor on top of it or kind of sit off to the side, or, you know, we can stand it up just like, you know, your old Xbox, and kind of stuff it away in a corner somewhere where it doesn't take up as much desk space. She's looking to get a new desk, and the desk that she's been looking at aren't necessarily huge like the desks I use for major rig. I don't know. We'll see where that goes. We'll see how that works out. I'm happy with this build. I hope that she is too. I hope that she enjoys this for her birthday. Again, like, just the quiet nature of it, like it does, like it sounds out of the way. Like the fact that, you know, me talking, or the fact that the heat, the HVAC running is louder than this PC is. The fact that, you know, when, like, obviously running, so I actually, in order to get the fact, just to prove the point, like how silent this is, I turned off Major Rig. Major Home is off for repairs because obviously, you know, I'm upgrading the hard drives in it too, so it's going to be off for a while. But like having both of these PCs turned off just to like finally hear a little bit of noise. The fact that, you know, it's just barely louder than the HVAC system in the house, which either could say something about the computer or the HVAC in the house. Like the fact that you really have to be quiet in order to hear it is just, that's an added benefit for me. I did not think it was going to be this quiet. Again, like the only fan that's in it, maybe outside of whatever little fan is in the PSU, is that Ryzen 3 Wraith cooler, which, you know, I mean, it doesn't get very loud. It's not like it's getting very hot, and it's not like much of anything's happening. And I think even when I launched the Sims, it didn't even get that loud. It's like, was it pushing the CPU to get really loud? The fact that, you know, what she does with the system probably won't even take that much out of it, to where I feel like if I start hearing this, then I know something is wrong. I mean, of course, it's not going to be as quiet as anything that's just fully like solid state. Now, granted, I mean, this does have that M2. Oh, that was one thing I did forget to mention. It does have the M2 solid state SATA drive, 500 gigabytes on the M.2 and 500 gigabytes on a 2.5-inch hard disk drive, which, again, given its small form factor, I don't think you're going to get a full size hard drive in here. You're not going to get a 3.5, and like if they even still sell those outside of like server equipment, which of course, I mean, even then too, they're probably moving over to 2.5-inch as opposed to 3.5. I do have a 3.5 10 terabyte that's going into Major Home. Of course, I mean, again, as I stated, as a part of its hard drive upgrade, which we're going to get into a little bit later, because apparently this is actually going to be a more involved process, and probably some stuff that I'll look into during the Thanksgiving holiday. Hopefully I can get these videos out prior to Thanksgiving, so I can actually start working on doing the content stuff, doing some content stuff for Major Home over the holiday break, on top of doing some stuff for the cookout. So keep your eyes peeled on that. Please subscribe if you want to get that stuff, or you can hit me up on Twitch, where I probably will be doing a lot of the cookout stuff. But yeah, that all being said, like, again, we're done here. This thing is ready to go. I mean, ready as in, look, she could take delivery, we can finish the upgrades, the updates to the system. Again, there's still the matter of actually purchasing Windows 10. For those who do not know, you can actually download and install Windows 10 on any computer you want and not pay for it. It's there. They will give it to you. But they do lock some features behind. They do lock some features of Windows 10 that, you know, you may or may not use. I mean, I could probably get along with Windows 10 without paying for it. I'm pretty sure my wife could too, up until she was like, how I'm gonna change this background, and it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, that's a paid feature. Change background. I'm trying to secure her a copy of Windows 10 so that she can go ahead and have that full experience that she wants. And, you know, making sure she has all the software and stuff that she needs to, you know, live her best life. That's right, guys. I forgot she wants Office. I gotta get Office on this thing. So there's still some work to be done. And again, I got the building and the basic stuff already ready to go. If she can take this if she wants, but she probably won't, because again, Office is not on it. She can't get to Microsoft Word, so I got to put Word on it. There's also probably going to be a monitor that's going to be brought in. I was going to give her an old monitor of mine, but upon using it to set this up initially, because this was not plugged with this TV out. Yeah, I mean, I gotta watch Netflix and stuff while I work. The monitor I was using to do the initial installation, I noticed it was bad, it was crap, and there's a reason why I don't use it. And while, you know, I'm not afraid of giving people hand-me-downs, giving her that monitor and the terrible quality it was, like, yeah, I'm not doing that. She's probably going to get a new monitor for her birthday too. It's looking like it's going to be an Acer, it's like a 27-inch Acer FreeSync monitor. Nothing too terribly expensive or, you know, feature richy, just something where it's like, hey, nice big old monitor, 1080p, have fun. Obviously keyboard and mouse, because I definitely don't have any of those in here. I might if I look for them, but let's not push that. And then yeah, obviously her desk. So There's still some stuff that are coming down the pipeline, but again, for the most part, she's ready to go. Birthday build is ready to go. I'm really excited building 2 PCs this year. It's good. It's good to be back in the business of building. But yeah, until next time, your boy, Mark Summers, Major Linux, and it's time for me to get some sleep. So peace out. Oh, what? Oh, hold on. Give me a second. Give me. Oh, sorry about that. Well, I hope you really enjoyed what you just saw. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, for clicking the video. Of course, if you'd like to see more of this dope content, we'd love to support the channel. Definitely hit that subscribe button below. Click that bell icon so you can be notified of more content that we produce here. Also, click the boxes. They're here. They should be here now. I don't know if they're not, if they are, but definitely click these boxes here. Take you to more wonderful content that we produce on the channel. And I guarantee you will not be disappointed. So, yeah. Till then, peace out.